I went to Sri Lanka to try and de-coconut myself, right? And I was annoyed before I even left this country, right? And I'll tell you why. The airport did my head in, right? Because they were doing Ebola checks at the airport, and I'd been shitting myself about Ebola. It was pissing. Was anyone here worried about Ebola? No. And it's very easy to not worry about something that doesn't affect anyone who looks like you. I understand that, right? But I was nervous about it. Started watching the news, trying to stay on top of it. You know what pisses me off about the news, right? They never recap what's been happening. So the news will start, and they'll start talking about a story that's been developing over the last few days, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And they just assume that you've been following it up to that point. I'm just turning to my wife going, what is Krishnan talking about? I don't understand, right? They don't recap the news. It's the most important show on TV, and they don't recap it. Yet every other moronic, thick as pig shit TV show is recapped within an inch of its life, right? Come dine with me. The whole show's a fucking recap, right? Nothing happens in that show. You watch it, goes, Derek's made a tiramisu. Join us after, right? You find out exactly what the guests thought about the tiramisu, right? Then you watch the break, then after the break, it goes, before the break, Derek made a tiramisu. His guests are eating it. I know, mate. I can literally see the guy eating the tiramisu. It's not the radio. I'm watching it, dude. Why are you telling me? Why don't they do that on the news? I know they don't want to make the news longer. Just put it on the red button, then. Put it on the red button. Today we're going to talk about Ebola in Africa. Red button, what's Africa? Do you know what I mean? Just... Do you know what the funniest thing about the Ebola checks was? The funniest thing about the Ebola checks, right? Voluntary. Voluntary. Voluntary checks at the airports in this country to find out if you've got Ebola. Who the shit is going to volunteer to spend more time at an airport to find out if they might have Ebola? Not me, mate. I've got a massive Toblerone to get stuck into. I haven't got time to find out if I've got a deadly virus. It's difficult enough to fly out this fucking country as it is. I'm brown with a beard, mate. I was wearing a camouflage jacket because I'm having a midlife crisis. I might as well have said, hello there, could I please have a rectal exam? I was complaining about it to a friend of mine. I said, dude, I'm so done with this airport security, man. It's pissing me off. Do you know what he said to me? He said to me, don't be so bloody selfish. Do you know the reason we have those measures in place? Romesh. It's because we don't want the terrorists to win. So why don't you suck it up and deal with it? Romesh. Now, I understand the argument, but my counter-argument would be this. How do we know that the terrorists haven't already won? How do we know what their initial goal was? What if their initial goal was just to make air travel fucking annoying? Right? Because if that was their initial goal, they've absolutely smashed it, mate. They've knocked it out of the park. Somewhere there's a terrorist going, and the infidels have to take their shoes off even on internal flights. It's very difficult to do a generic, inoffensive terrorist accent. And that is why I went for the Count from Sesame Street. I don't know if you noticed that. Just because I thought it would be funny if he was a terrorist, do you know what I mean? How many seconds of detonation? 10, 9, It's hilarious. For 10 seconds, then you're dead, but it's hilarious. I do find myself disagreeing with ISIS. Not their ideologies. The ideologies I'm kind of on the fence about. It's their techniques. Their techniques is what I've got a problem with, right? They've got no idea how to bring down the West, these guys. They keep threatening our lives. None of us give a shit about that. We're too comfortable. If I was advising ISIS, and fingers crossed, I'm waiting on a call back, right? If I was advising ISIS, I'd say to them, listen, mate, you're getting it all wrong, right? That's not how you bring down the West. Stop threatening people's lives, right? You want to bring down the West, this is what you do. Make shit inconvenient. Right? That's how you bring down the West. Now think about it. What are you more concerned about on a day-to-day basis? What affects your mental state more regularly? Right? A train blowing up or somebody stopping in front of you in the middle of a busy street for no fucking reason? What affects you more, yeah? What bothers you on a day-to-day? What messes with your mind more? A plane potentially blowing up on takeoff or going into Sainsbury's and finding they've moved the shit to different aisles yet again? Do you know what I've realised? I don't give a shit about losing my life. Do you know what I give a shit about? Losing Wi-Fi. That's what I care about. I'm a jihadi for unlimited data. That's what I've discovered about myself. If I found out that by sympathising with ISIS I could get rid of the buffering circle on Netflix, I'd fucking join ISIS tomorrow. I'm in that. I'm fucking in. You want to see me here? You'll see me doing a YouTube video from a cave going, hello, I'm Romesh Ranganathan. I went into Sainsbury's, I couldn't find the bread, it was the last fucking straw. So now, I've joined ISIS, the Wi-Fi's incredible. Uploaded this video in no time at all. Nobody bumps into you in the street, down with the West. What I'm hoping is nobody just releases only that clip onto YouTube, because that has got... That's got career ender written all over it, hasn't it? Oh, the Daily Mail have a fucking field day with that, mate. You just see me on the front like this. It's not big things that irritate us, is it? It's little things. Little things in the West piss us off. Little things annoy me. Little things frustrate me, niggle me. Iggy Azalea annoys me, right? Who doesn't know who Iggy Azalea is? Don't worry, I'm going to bring you right up to speed, all right? This is Iggy Azalea, one of the biggest selling rap stars in America right now. This is how she raps, all right? First things first, I'm the realest. I'm going to do it so you motherfuckers feel this, right? Now, for those of you that don't know her, I've absolutely smashed that. Right, I've nailed that. There are people walking past the Apollo going, I didn't know Iggy was on tonight. That's weird. This is my problem with Iggy Azalea, right? She's a white Australian, and she's rapping like a black woman from the south, and it's legal. I don't understand how it's legal. She does an impression. This is how Iggy Azalea talks. Hello, mate, I'm Iggy. And then when she raps, she does an impression of a black woman from the deep south, and they record that, and they sell that, and everyone's okay about it. She does an impression. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? She does an impression of a black woman, and that is put out, and everyone's all right with that happening. Do you want to... Iggy Azalea is a minstrel that couldn't be asked to black up. All right, that's what Iggy Azalea is. I was talking to a mate of mine, he said, Rom, you're overreacting. You're overreacting. She couldn't rap with an Australian accent. It wouldn't be authentic. It wouldn't be authentic. I don't buy that as an argument. You know, if you went to an Indian restaurant and the waiter was white and for a little bit of authenticity. He said, would you like a papadum? You wouldn't accept that, would you? So why are we accepting it from Iggy Azalea, mate? She needs to be shut down. If you take two things from this show, it's ban Iggy Azalea, join ISIS. Those are the two messages I wanted to get.